Okay, so see the difference in the setup there now in terms of your head position. So what you're looking for, we talk about that Y, that's where it is here. However, as an add-on to that now, this is behind the golf ball, That's where with position. You can see on this one here now, you're sort of leaning on top of the golf ball. The head's kind of on top of the ball. Your hands are a long way from it. Because of the hands being this far forward, it stands to reason your shoulders have to be aiming left. So if the hands are that far forward, the shoulders are aiming left, your path into the golf ball now is going to be left to target. So there'll be a time where you hit some reasonable shots. They'll just go left to target, as we saw on there. They were straight. So if they're going straight left, straight right or straight, the club face direction, and we've got the path the club is swinging on, which is based around the shoulders really, they're the same. So they're either aiming left, aiming straight, aiming right, okay? What you did, like some of the golfers, when the ball was going left, you went, I'll tell you, I'll just try and hit the ball to the right now by just manipulating the club face with your hands, which you did, and you did it very well, but at a cost of obviously causing a lot of spin. So rather than just going straight left now, it went and then spun too far to the right. So you're losing yardage. Obviously, the contact's going to be poor as well. So we've got to get our shoulders squared up now by doing this movement here now. And I would suggest for you, as with the same thing with the posture looking down the line, mirrors, reflections, and getting that, get yourself in front of the mirror so you can see these lines on here, head behind the golf ball. And then when you're in this better position, the club's going to work back behind you. And the body movement now as you go back from here, as you get to here now, we're going to shift towards that golf ball. Okay, we're going to move our body weight to the left, which changes our low point. What you did on this one here now, you couldn't move this way, because if you did move in this direction, you hit the ground over here somewhere. So what happens now is as you go back, you've got to move now a long way off the golf ball. Look how far your head's moved off the golf ball. You're going from here, and then you're over there. So now you've got to get back to the golf ball. Then the thing is now you move so far back there, now you can't get back to the golf ball. Your shoulders are already kind of opened out and left. So what you then see, and this is where people get that thought from, or that advice from their mates, or keep your head down. They film their swing and go, what's your head now? And it starts popping up, And if you topped it because you've moved away from the golf ball, which is probably the reason why we topped anyway, you then get told, keep your head down. And it just causes so many problems, as we said last week, okay? And you can see now, very difficult to sort of get back to your left side. You kind of manage it there with a reasonable bit of athleticism and skill anyway, but the shot was then going way left. And then your reaction to that was, okay, I'll fix this. And this is what often happens. People have a fault in their swing or a characteristic, and they fix something else to try and manage it or mask it. It's not fixing the fault, is it? It's like you're creating another fault, and then of course then you get that inconsistency. Because two wrongs can make a right, but you then going to know how much left I'm going to swing it to how far right the ball's going to spin. Then if it starts going too far right, well now you have to do a bit less with your hands. You're always trying to. There's so many different things. Then you've got to add the fact you've got different in the clubs. The lie of the ground's different. This is why people find often on par threes when it's a consistent lie, they're quite good. It's the 12th to 15th. Then you see on a slight sloping fairway, down or side hill lies. It doesn't go quite so well, does it? Because you're on a slight slope. Okay. So that makes sense in terms of that. So I would say we'll put the iPad down there so sort of on selfie mode. That's what you've got to try and look for. So it's getting yourself set up. I think we got it, not quite from the start, but the positions there where you stand, it's feet together and that way. And then from here now, you're probably taking your hips and sort of almost rotating them around, almost clockwise around this way, which puts this right hip back and under. So you want this shoulder and this hip to be kind of under there, as if you were, I guess from your point of view, throwing a rugby ball. You wouldn't want to get a high right shoulder and have your hands over here, So you're trying to put a reference to yourself, okay? Makes sense?
Great,
Good stuff, right.